Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the big one. These guys have been to the big dance twice. One of them has won it both times. The other, won one, lost one. But these two are considered some of the best to ever play this game. And believe it or not, they are here head-to-head right now for your entertainment. This, if you don't mind me saying, is the match, perhaps, of the season, maybe of all time. It's Loba versus Killerbat here, Season 5, Backyard Baseball Online League, here on Match of the Week. Hello, everyone. This is Alex. I'm joined today by Halo of the Junior League. What is up, Halo? How you doing? Absolutely. These guys both have huge... Oh my gosh. Hold on. I'm setting up the screen share, and it's crazy right now, let me tell you. Yeah, these two have history here. Loba won Season 1 back when online play was still very primitive, and then Killerbat almost won Season 2. Then he won Season 3, but then Loba won Season 4. And so now they're here head-to-head. These two champions, both at near the top of their level. Loba is not quite first place in the league. He is currently third or second, I believe. His record is 8-3. But Killerbat, he is 11-1, and he leads his league. The only loss he's succumbed to was last year's Junior League champion CRK. But both of these teams are running full steam into this matchup. It's going to be a very exciting matchup.
One to kind of be in his place, not be first in the league. He's got a pretty experience of winning playoff postseason matches coming from perhaps the wild card position.
It looks like we're getting right underway here. Killerbat has chosen Frank Thomas to go on the mound. Loba has chosen Pete Wheeler to lead things off. And he looks at ball one, and we are underway here at Parks Department Field number 2.
I definitely think being here at Parks instead of dirt gives Killerbat a much higher percentage chance of winning this game.
It's very true. Loba is very used to dirt yards. Takes advantage of those random bounces. Pete's gonna chip this one down the right field line, just a little bit past the third baseman. He'll make it easily into first base, and that's a leadoff single for the Marlins.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a typical Pete Wheeler play there. Safe to first.
Got another speedster in Maynard McElroy right now. Looking at ball one. Pete's going. Pete's going to make it easily. And Pete's already on second. Runners in scoring position. Nobody out. And we're not even 5 pitches into this game.
Yes, Loba coming out very aggressively to start off this game.
McElroy, is this a bouncing ball? Yes, it is. Throw to first. Got him. But Pete Wheeler is at third. So 1 out. Your speedster's done. Adam Van Doren's another speedster. He's going to come up now.
Yeah, definitely big position for Pete to go for a score here. If any mistake is made on Killerbat's side.
They're definitely looking to hit and run here. Adam Van Doren can easily just put it on the ground, and it'll be 1-0 Marlins, knowing how fast Pete Wheeler is. A little bit of a blooper. This one's caught by Jacinda. And there's 2 out now. But to be careful here, we don't want these kiddos throwing the balls through each other's backs. But here comes trouble with Barbara Jones.
Yeah, a little bit of an unfortunate lineup. If it had anyone that could hit power, even a sacrifice fly to the outfield could get the first score on, could have got the first score on the board.
Yes, Loba's lineup, not in order specifically, is Pete Wheeler, Maynard McElroy, Barbara Jones, Meyer Woodruff, Frankie Hawley, Adam Van Doren, Mike Piazza, Dominic Hoskins, and George Coleman. A ground ball to the second baseman. A little bit of a drop. Everyone's going to be safe, and it's 1-0 here in the top of the first.
I'm not having a good day. Maya Woodruff.
Scoring in the first inning always just makes, no matter if even if it's just one, it just makes the rest of the game a little more comfortable. A little less pressure going into the next innings.
And Woodruff here has 84 rating of power and an 88 rating of contact, so she'll easily get the ball and hit it forward, but this one's going to the third baseman. But who will catch it? No one's going to catch this one. Thomas is just wandering around over there until he finally picked it up. Until someone finally picked it up. Yeah.
Very unfortunate miscommunication between those two players.
My guess is that's Michiko Adachi over there at a third. You have to have a good arm to have it at third. But here comes a power hitter with 2 on, Mike Piazza.
Yeah, this is really scary for Killerbat here. Mike Piazza definitely has the potential to hit a home run.
But Frank Thomas has that really good hook of his. Unfortunately, unable to connect here with 2 balls and no strikes.
Loba's doing a great job being patient, waiting for a pitch that he wants.
That's a good slow ball from Frank Thomas. 2-1. For those of you new guys here, yes, Frank Thomas is a good pitcher in this game. Who knew?
Great eye from Mike there.
That was a fantastic placement of that hook.
Yeah, that was a great pitch. Look for another one of those to get out of this safely.
Yeah, you got to send him here with a full count and 2 outs. Foul behind everyone. And
great job keeping the bat alive.
Piazza is still alive on his played for like, what, 13 games, Marlins? Ooh, good eye there, and the bases are loaded. Fun little factoids for everyone. Piazza actually did play for the Florida Marlins in 1997. Is in betwixt his stint with the Dodgers and the Mets. Here's another power hitter in Frankie Holly. Immediately he fouls this one over to the left-hand side. 0-1.
Killerbat doing a great job trying to paint around the edge of the strike zone.
That's hittable, but it's a little bit early of a string. And Killerbat is ahead of the count. Loba is behind. Gonna try and fool him. Does not. And we have what we in the business call, or at least Mike Madness does, a Chuck Willer count. 2-2 to Frankie Holly, swinging a line drive straight to Juan Gonzalez. Easy pickup, easy step on second. And the Orioles get out of an early jam. However, 1 run is scored thanks to the absolute speedometry of Pete Wheeler. And it's Marlins 1, Orioles coming up.
Yeah, that's an extremely big play from Killerbat there to get out of that with only 1 run.
Dominic Hoskins is the pitcher here for Killerbat in the bottom of the first, leading off for for Loba. Leading off for Killerbat is Juan Gonzalez. The Orioles consist of Gonzalez, Estrada, Frank Thomas. Oh, there's a fly ball into deep left field already. Barbara Jones is going to get under that, though, easily. Going to drop it. And then catch it as she drops it. What a play. Heads-up play by Barbara Jones. That is just the randomness of this game will sometimes catch you off guard. Obviously, this being on hard mode, the kids out there, they're going to have trouble. No, this isn't hard mode. This is the online league. But regardless, the kids are going to have trouble catching the ball out there. There's just no doubt about that.
Yeah, and that's definitely just a big part of the sport, is just knowing your players and knowing their weaknesses and being able to play around that.
Loba has absolutely no interest in pitching to Zen and Estrada after almost giving up an absolute rocket to Juan Gonzalez. Gonna send him to first. But what he doesn't know is that he's got a whole other string of 80-plus power hitters coming up, including the 98 power Rachel LaBuena. 0-1. Hoskins sticking to that slow ball.
Yeah, you can tell Loba definitely knows the risk with these batters. Definitely making very cautious pitches.
That's a good way to fool him. 2-1 to LaBuena, who only has a 37 contact, so there will be some whiffs. And plenty of foul balls, too. That one goes behind everyone. Good low fastball. Hoskins got a very decent pitching lineup. He doesn't have a single pitch that is under the rating of 60. And his best pitch is that slow ball with an 86. And immediately, Loba's going to switch it to George Coleman, who has an even better slow ball at 91. He's going to immediately start using that. And a perfect placement for strike one, as Betty Houston is up. She fouls it off. The rest of the Orioles, Rachel Obrina, Nikki Winston, Jacinta Smith, Betty Houston, Olive Hussein, and Michiko Adachi. Houston grounds this one easily to Dominic Hoskins, over to Van Doren, and that will do it for the Orioles here in the first innings. After one, Marlins 1, Orioles nothing, not even a hit. And Hoskins is up to bat.
Yeah, definitely some great defensive gameplay from both sides here. Both these teams have only one difference in their runs allowed on the season. The Marlins are allowing 31, and the Orioles are allowing 30.
Easy little ground out for Thomas to pick up and toss to Smith for out number 1. Here comes George Coleman. There's a high pitch there from Thomas. Thomas is going to go with a fastball this time. Perfectly placed in that outside lower corner. 1-1.
Killerbat definitely wanted to make through this inning without letting him get more scores, as this is the bottom side of Loba's lineup. The easier part to defend from.
Got a 2-2 count now. Coleman looks at ball 3. The full count, payoff pitch, swing. It's going to be looped over to the third baseman side and is easily caught over on third base. Out number 2.
It's unfortunate for Loba here, having Pete Wheeler to have to go up here with 2 outs.
I'm gonna hit a touchdown.
And not being able to come in on a fresh inning.
Go ahead and let us know who you think's going to win. We've just started a prediction in the Twitch chat. Who's going to win, Marlins or Orioles?
The coach called timeout.
We have already got a timeout. Are we going to do a little defensive change? No, we are not. Maybe there was a defensive change, but it wasn't apparent. Wheeler's trying to swing for the fences here.
Oh.
Yeah, those high pitches are definitely hard for Wheeler, especially to hit.
Trying to hit a field goal.
Ooh, that I would have swung at that, honestly. That
was
like
a fantastic eye.
Sharply hit towards center field. It's going to be caught by the second baseman. And that'll do it in the top half of the second. So Wheeler unable to get on, which means the Orioles have another chance to score some runs. Perhaps turn on those killer bats that have given Killerbat his 83 runs that he has scored.
It was definitely a needed stop from Killerbat to try and stop the other team from snowballing a lead with some momentum. Now definitely looking to get a score out of this inning.
Nikki Winston here. He's got 3 homers on the year with 6 RBI. His power rating is an 87. That's down the line. That's fair. Ooh, hold on a second. What is going on?
I guess I'm not doing so good.
I guess the game says that's a foul, and we are still here. Nikki Winston at the bat. Fouled behind everyone. That is odd. I've never seen that before.
That was an unfortunate call. There might be some job openings after that one.
Job openings for a robot. Fly ball. Jones under it. Right under it. She's going to make the catch. Was a little behind it, but moved a little bit forward and eventually got it. And we got Frank Thomas. You'd think the 500 home run hitting Frank Thomas would have a good bat in this game. His power rating is 81 and his contact rating is 30. So, I don't know what the developers of this game were smoking, but that's a grounder right out. Loba's going to do a little thing where he likes to throw the ball out of play for fun. And we got Jacinda Smith, the most valuable player, according to her. That is a good eye from Smith. 1-1 count. Dominic's got that one, or Frankie's got that one, and Jacinda's out, and that's a very quick bottom of the second. So we might see a bit of a defensive clinic here, as it is only 1-0 after 2, and top of the 3. Frank Thomas is back on the mound, and we're back with Maynard McElroy.
Yeah, the Marlins are doing a great job keeping a typically more offensive Orioles to 0 through the first 2 innings.
A grounder, and it looks like McElroy is going to easily just make it to first base because he's fast like that. Brings up Adam Van Doren, who is also quite fast. Also got a little bit of a swipe on that pitch. Out of second, but he's going to keep him safe at first. So we got 1 on and 1 out for Barbara Jones.
Big steal.
Van Doren's only got 7 speed, so this is definitely a huge steal for Loba. However, I did not notice a good cannon from the Orioles catcher of choice, which, looking at the choices here, I guess would be Nicky Winston, question mark? Yeah, that's who that's back there. Gets past Gonzalez, throw to third. We got runners at the corners now for Maya Woodruff. Going to go for the Nance Gambit. That's exactly what happens. And they opt for the safest option, which is just letting them reach second. And both runners are now in scoring position with 1 out. It's 1-1. Very good pitch. That's a grounder. Over. First, they're going to throw it home. Van Doren might get it there. And he does. He misses the tag. And it's 2-0.
That is just something that's unfortunate to see from these kids. You know, you'll be thinking about that for a long time, missing that tag there.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, this is definitely surprising to see, as the Orioles throughout the season has been a much more offensively dominant team than the Marlins, with 83 runs scored from the Orioles, and 62 scored for the Marlins so far.
As previously mentioned, Killerbat's only loss came to CRK. Loba has lost to Elman, JTS, and Matitude. Division-leading Matitude, by the way, so that makes a little bit of sense. Grounded straight to Jacinda, and she steps on first. And once again, we're in a very similar position. Runners in scoring position, this time with 2 out, and this time we got Frankie Holly.
I guess I'm not doing so good.
Takes the stretch, the delivery. That was a ball. 2-0. From the windup and the throw. The swing.
The foul ball right behind everyone. 2-1.
Into the windup. The 2-1 pitch.
Low for ball 3. So, 3-1 count. Hitters count right here. 2 outs.
Here's the motion. 3-1 pitch.
Fouled behind everyone, and we got a full count with 2 outs. Runners in scoring position. Payoff pitch. That's a line drive. Will that get past Gonzalez? No. Yes, it goes off of Gonzalez's foot. And that is another run scored for the Marlins. It is 3-0.
Another unfortunate misplay coming from the Orioles here. A lot of just gameplay errors. It's
Yeah, having
not completely.
seen. Sorry to interrupt, but having seen Killerbat play this game for like 2 years now, the number one thing that he struggles with, having his good offense, is having that sacrifice of a less than stellar defense. However, they are able to get out of this one, but not without giving 2 runs though in the top of the third. 3-0. The bottom half and then the top coming up for Killerbat.
No hits yet from the Orioles either.
Coleman remains on the mound for the Marlins. That's like right down the middle. Ooh, okay. Adachi is not the fastest, but that error does a little bit, but not enough to get Adachi safe on first. Adachi is quite slow. 1 out. Hussein, however, is a little bit faster. Ooh, a good pitch there from Coleman. Normally his hooks don't do a lot of damage, but he's able to fool him there. Hussein with an absolute shot into left. Jones is there. Easy catch. 2 out.
Man, I imagine no matter how good you are at this game, there's times where the game just not go your way, and it's a tough mental battle, especially when like you're playing the best you can. There's a lot of errors and mistakes that happen that more or less are out of your hand. It's hard to play from behind sometimes, so Killerbat just needs to keep that in mind, and he's still very well in this.
Bringing back Dominic Hoskins to the mound. Loba seems to use those two quite often. Hoskins has been on the team since the beginning. Coleman is a recent midseason trade. Pop up. Should be an easy catch. Hoskins is right under that. And we are halfway through the game. Not quite yet. Hoskins drops that one. It was a little too high for him. Loba knows what's up. He's probably going to walk him. Knowing Killerbat, I have seen him where it looks like they're going to try and walk him, but instead he swings at what would eventually be that 4th ball to say, hey, either I'm hitting this one out or I'm striking out. So we'll see if he does that here. It doesn't look like that's the way Loba wants to go. He does want to keep Killerbat guessing, and he got him guessing there. 2-2 with 2 strikes, 2 outs. Loba has the upper hand here. He's gonna immediately. Is he gonna switch? Yes, he is gonna switch. Dominic to George Coleman. The 2-2 high fastball, ball 3. You gotta throw this at least somewhere in the strike zone. Yes, he does. That is just barely in the strike zone. And George Coleman and Dominic Hoskins get Loba out of another jam. And we are halfway through the game finally now, as the Orioles are held to 1 hit. It is 3-0 Marlins.
That is an incredible strike from the Marlins. Not even risking getting 2 people on base there, keeping this game scoreless for the Orioles.
We are now halfway through the game. It's time for the Backyard Sports Online trivia question, brought to you by Backyard Sports Online. The ground ball by George Coleman. Picked up by Winston. Throw the first. Got him for the out. That's not the question, though. You'll see the shortstop on Killerbat's team is Juan Gonzalez. He, of course, is listed as a Detroit Tiger. That's the team he played for in the year 2000. Before that, he was a Texas Ranger for 10 years. Without looking it up on Wikipedia, name one of the other teams that he played for. He played for a grand total of 1, 2, 3, 4 teams. High for ball 1 as Wheeler is back up.
Ooh, looks like a good hit. Oh,
Ooh.
Unfortunate bounce. Depending on what side you're on.
Ooh, a little too inside. And Pete Wheeler is down on strikes. We got one of them right. DLW has guessed Cleveland, the then Indians. He had 2 stints with them, one in 2001 and again in 2005.
From the windup, he's frozen.
Yeah, if only the Mighty Hornets. No, not the Mariners.
The windup and the throw.
Give you a hint, all of these teams outside of the Texas Rangers were AL Central teams. So that narrows it down to like
A swing.
3.
That's a foul. 1 and 2.
Fortunate missed bunt there.
From the windup, Rosen. The right thing.
That's another great strikeout from Frank Thomas, his second of the day. That slow ball got Maynard McElroy looking foolish. And the Orioles are back up to bat.
The lead, up by 3.
Yeah, it looks like Frank Thomas and the Orioles are definitely starting to get a little bit of a hang on the Marlins' swinging habits. Kind of finding some of the weak points on those strike zones.
Ball 1.
Ball 1 to Rachel LaBuena, who struck out her first time up.
From the windup.
George Coleman will be on the mound this time.
That was a ball.
It's a little bit high, but not low enough.
The pitch. Ball 3. 3 and 0.
Loba just continues to just hurl through slow balls. Uh-oh. This is what I was talking about earlier. It looks like Killerbat wants...
And there's ball.
Nope, he's not. He's going to go ahead and take the walk.
Betty Houston steps up.
We got Betty Houston now up the plate. Another good hitter. A good pitcher option for Killerbat as well. The third baseman currently. With 1 on and nobody out.
The windup and the offering. Swinging.
Swing and a miss, strike 2. Betty Houston already behind in the count.
Nobody out.
Coleman,
Into the box.
low.
Rosen. Ball 1.
Ball 1.
Good eye from Betty.
Takes the stretch. The 1-2 pitch. That was ball 2. 2 and 2. The windup. The 2-2.
This is the Woolery count from Coleman. He's just going to go ahead and put it high. Is he going to try and strike him out, or is he going to try and walk him?
3-2 pitch.
He's going to try and fool him. Ball 4. Though this could be a smart move from Loba, just walking the slower, more power hitter players and then leaving Killerbat to use his weaker players later on.
Oh, the tying run is at home plate right now.
That was ball 1.
The worst thing that could happen is one of these pitches Loba is throwing could end up a little bit too much in the strike zone. Just like that one, which is deep into left field. Jones is running back, and she's going to get that one. Diving grab by Barbara Jones at the wall.
The throw.
Saves the Marlins from giving up some more runs. And there is 1 out.
Yeah, that's one of the best ways that could have gone for the Marlins there.
Ball 1.
Could have gave up all of that early lead in just that one hit.
Ready now. Here's the pitch. The swing.
That's another one deep by Frank Thomas. Jones going back at the track, at the wall. It's gone! Killerbat has done it again! Frank Thomas over the left field fence, and we have a tie ball game here in the 4th.
And just like that, it's a new game.
They don't call him the Big Hurt for nothing. As much as the developers overlooked his dominating 1990s campaign with the White Sox, they did not leave him with no power. They're saying this guy's pre-playoff Frank.
To the plate. High and outside. 1 out.
We got Jacinda Smith now.
Ready now. And the pitch.
Gonna continue hurling that slow ball, Coleman will. A high slow ball. 1-1.
Pitch on the way.
That's a left hook now. Liner over the head of Piazza. Just gets past Maynard, and Smith has a base hit.
Fires it over.
This is just something from having a team with multiple home run hitters like that. is that all it takes is to get a couple base runners and one good time home run, and you're right back in the game. Not that he's ever out of it, but in an instance that you are, it's one inning turnarounds aren't uncommon for these big power teams.
Pitching, Dominic Hoskins. From the windup and delivered. Swing, a bouncing ball.
Right to Hoskins. This could be a double play. I think this will be a double play. Oh, it gets past Holly. Jones is going to run it all the way up against the wall. Is Smith going to try and score? Yes, she will.
Another error in the outfield.
Oh, no.
You're doing well.
And Killerbat has taken the lead on an unfortunate error by the Marlins. What could have been an easy double play ball has turned into the Orioles taking the lead here in the bottom of the fourth.
Swung on, looped up.
Holly makes up for it by catching this blooper by Hussein, but
End the inning.
the Orioles, a 4-run fourth, takes the lead here.
Adam Van Doren.
It is now the top of the fifth.
Just like that. It's a very big momentum swing.
Fouled one.
Fouled off behind everyone. For those of you wondering what the answer to that question was, all the teams that Juan Gonzalez played for, of course we mentioned 1989 to 1999, he played for the Texas Rangers. Year 2000, as showcased in this game, he played with the Detroit Tigers. Ground ball. They were in for that one, but it just gets past everyone for an easy Adam Van Doren base hit. And of course, the Cleveland Indians was one of them. Then he went back to Texas in 2002 and 2003, and then he went back to Cleveland in 2005. Then someone had the answer here soon. Van Doren, easy steal. Just barely misses the tag right there. J.Y. Knight did get it right earlier. He was also, in the year 2004, a Kansas City Royal. How I didn't know that is beyond me, because I'm like the biggest Royals fan in the entire server. What is he going to do? Ooh, just barely gets the tag on him. Loba trying to play mind games. I guess the best definition you can say about this game is that Killerbat plays harder, but Loba plays smarter.
He comes center. Here's the pitch. Swinging.
That's a
Big
shot.
hits.
Shot into center field. That one's going to go up against the wall. However, both of those guys are a little slow. Jones
Over to second.
is going to make it to third. Oh, he's seriously playing mind games right now.
Toss to third.
Oh.
To third.
And look at that. Just like that, Killerbat's mind is absolutely blown. And there are runners in scoring position for Mike Piazza.
I am gonna cream this ball, dude.
What was I just saying? Loba plays smarter.
And delivered. The swing.
Yes.
Grounder.
Bouncing ball. Easy play for him.
Oh ho ho ho. Oh ho ho ho. Tagged out at home. Unfortunate trip up there.
Game.
And now there are two runners on the other side of the diamond. Up for Frankie Holly.
Yeah, Lobo is definitely looking for Killerbat to try and throw it to first there. Killerbat doing a great job holding that ball and letting Lobo just get a little too anxious trying to go for home there.
From the stretch and delivered.
This is pitch number 76 for Frank Thomas.
Lined back.
Ooh, just gets past the third baseman. And I think that'll be another base hit unless Mike Piazza. No, they're going to send Maya Woodruff home. Or are they?
Straight to third. And
Ooh,
Oh, my.
they're all safe. I wouldn't have been surprised if he sent Maya home. Because you do eventually. One of them was going to overthrow the other. We got
Yeah, seems-
Hoskins now.
takes the stretch. Rose it. Low ball one. The bases are loaded. 2 out.
Loba very quick with a hit and run, especially with 2 outs, is very, very dangerous.
Yeah, it's interesting to think if the Orioles putting up 4 runs in 1 inning kind of changed Loba's mindset on like the volatility of the score in this game, making him playing a little bit more aggressive on offense than it seemed like he was in prior innings.
Houston. Takes the stretch. The delivery. A swing.
Hoskins fouls it behind everyone.
Ball.
1-1, 2 out, bases loaded here. Loba versus Killerbat. Loba is the Marlins, Killerbat is the Orioles. This is a 13th week game for season 5 of the Backyard Baseball Online League. This is the top tier humongous league, as a ground out gets the Orioles out of that jam.
Juan Gonzalez is the batter.
We got Juan Gonzalez coming back up.
Maybe one of the best hitters for the Orioles to have up there with the bases loaded.
Ball 1. He's set. And the offering.
Hoskins, the pitcher now,
To life.
fouled. Was aiming for right field, but hit it the opposite direction.
1-1 pitch. Low ball 2.
Gonzalez with a good eye there.
The stretch.
Hoskins going for the flames of the heat. Coleman is under this one. Easy catch. Out number 1.
Sent him back to the dugout. Zenon Estrada comes to the plate.
Zenon Estrada, surprisingly
He's set. Rose
unreliable today, as most of the other Orioles have been doing all the working. However, that does not mean he's not a contender for MVP, as he has 11 dingers. Make that 12!
left. Back she goes.
You knew from the instant it touched his bat that it was gone. Especially with that short left field fence. My goodness. That was an absolute rocket from Zenon Estrada.
That was for sure a no-doubter if I have ever seen one.
So far,
And
so
that-
much of a no-doubter, I can't even see how... Can't even see what the distance on it.
481.
Rachel Labuena comes
How
to
did
the
I
plate.
fix the screen? Let's...
Target goes out and the pitch.
That's not it.
That was ball
Don't worry,
1.
guys. I'm
1 out.
fixing the stream. There we go.
From the
This already puts a lot more pressure on Loba, especially not just this inning, but next inning, as
touch to the plate.
he consistently
Ball 3.
doesn't score a lot in one inning, but scores his big scoring games over multiple innings.
Killerbat is not playing games anymore. He is not gonna let Loba strike him out
3 and 2.
or walk him.
Into the motion. The delivery.
Ball 4.
He's up a base.
I mean, the best case scenario you can do is just go ahead and walk, but it is very clear that Killerbat is on a huge high thanks to that 4-run fourth, and now that Zenon Estrada home run.
Takes the stretch.
Hold on. Chat, is it Zenon or Zenon?
Runner on.
Someone help me out here.
1 out.
I know Sonny says Zenon here,
Ball 2.
but it is so tempting for me to say Zenon.
The windup. Rose it.
Also, never gonna say the word chat ever again like that.
Count is
You know how you freaking like kids now are like saying
Rose it.
chat
Chat
in
is
real
just real.
life. That's a shot by Houston. Forget about that one. It's 3-7.
Sputnik.
Killerbat has turned on his killer bats as Zenon Estrada and now Betty Houston have given the Orioles some more insurance. 443 down the left field line. 7-3. The Marlins are in trouble.
This is definitely the offense I was expecting from this Orioles team. Seemed like it took them just a little bit to adapt to the Marlins on both sides of the field.
Comes to the plate.
But now riding that momentum, making this lead even larger for Loba to overcome in the top of the 6th.
Strike 1. 1 out.
We got Winston at the plate. Hoskins running out of juice.
And the count is 1 and 1. From the windup and delivered. Ball 2.
Vissery here is making a good point. The top of the Marlins lineup can score 4 runs with their speed, but it comes down to whether or not Loba is checked out. And after this inning, I don't know.
From the stretch.
This is a regular season game, and Loba has a good enough record that I think he has pretty much a guaranteed playoff appearance, but
The swing.
anything is possible. Fouled back.
He comes center and delivered. Swing.
Swing and a miss, strike 3. The slow ball gets Winston. Unfortunately, hitless today.
Loba's job is still not done for this inning.
Windup and the offering. That was a ball.
Hoskins getting some much-needed juice
Into the motion.
after that strikeout. Strike one to Thomas. Retaliates, he does.
The windup. The 1-1 pitch. Strike.
Gonna watch that one, too.
Never swung at it.
Thomas a little angsty up there.
Target goes
Those little side comments to Mr. Clanky.
on.
Swings and fouls it. That was a little too low for him to hit it forwards.
1 and 2.
A Thomas home run here could very be close to the nail in the coffin for this game.
Hard.
That's a good ball hit that way, but
Goes after it.
I think Thomas will settle with a single. Now we got Smith coming up. Good contact hitter Jacinda Smith is. If you look in her game card, for this game at least, you'll notice her hitting is a 10 out of 10. That does not mean she can hit the ball out of the park, although it is possible.
Gets one to the shortstop.
It means that she is really good at seeing ball and hitting ball.
Throw to first base.
Good at contact.
That's
Line drive
fifth.
gets her out.
Left one on
But
first. The Marlins
Killerbat has turned on the Jets completely, and Loba is down to his last 3 here in the top of the 6th.
takes her stretch. Fires. Strike one.
George
He's got a very
Coleman.
big plate in front of him here. Sorry.
No, you're good. Just bad timing right there.
From the stretch. The pitch.
Coleman's going to watch this one, 1-1.
Here's the windup. Pitch on the way. Swing.
A bloop.
Stop.
They were waiting for that one. And it gets past.
He's got
It gets past
it over.
Zen and Estrada at second. And Coleman is on first. And here we go. Pete Wheeler, the speedster that he is.
I'm gonna
Don't
get
forget he
that
also
thing.
has an 80 ranking in power. However, it doesn't look like Loba wants to hit it out of the park just yet. He might be thinking, okay, Coleman might be a good sacrifice
Thomas
to get a
ahead.
faster player
Takes the stretch. Fires.
up on second.
The swing.
A sharp hit into center. That's going to drop for a base hit. Coleman is going to stay on second.
Breaks the second.
Wheeler's going to stay on first, although he is very tempted.
Throw to second.
You can, if you squint, you can see him jogging in place, even though it looks like he's just standing there. I like to make stuff up.
He's ready now. He throws it. Swing. Swung on.
Grounder.
Bouncing ball.
McElroy.
Scoops it up. And
And a tag at first, but runners are at scoring position now.
Adam Van Doren steps up.
Another speedy man, Adam Van. Let's see if he can
Takes the stretch.
make it to first. And driving a run along the way, fouled behind.
Ball. And there are
Even if Adam just gets on base and no run is scored here, this puts the Orioles in a tight spot for the next batter.
low and inside.
A good attempt from Thomas to fool Loba with that pitch, but it is unsuccessful. The count is now 1-1.
The wing.
As a little grounder. That's going to get past Smith, and the bases are loaded with 1 out. The Orioles now find themselves in trouble, and here is the hit every single time she's come up to the plate, Barbara Jones.
The stretch and delivered.
A perfect pitch. So perfect that it looks like a ball
One out.
from Frank Thomas.
He winds. Here's the pitch.
High. Ooh, that's another ball. That's just one ball.
From the windup. Heads to the plate.
1 pixel away from being a strike. That's definitely a strike. 1-2. If KB has any power-ups, this would probably be a good idea to use one of them.
Ball 2.
No, ball 2. He's probably
Not
going
sure
to
if I
pitch
remember-
that inside again.
Correctly, who is the Marlins' next app? Oh, there's a hit.
Maybe.
Ball.
Estrada, first. Throw to second. First. Got him! Double play! Orioles win it! Woo! The Orioles looks like they were about to give up the win. However, excuse me. The Orioles looked like they were about to give up their 4-run lead. However, with very quick-witted defensive skills, they take the W 7-3 here in Week 13 of BBOL play. That is your final score. Killerbat now is 12-1. Loba hits 8-4. But what a game for both of these players. Honestly, if I were Loba, I would shake this off real easily. And knowing Loba, he definitely will.
Fuck power. I hate power. Fuck power. Fuck power.
Okay, never mind. I stand corrected. I can tell he's pissed.
I'll win that on dirt. Fuck power. Find me. Fuck power.
Shoot. Okay, Barshawn, I see how it is. Woo.
Incredible.
And he's gone.
Incredible.
And
game.
he has left the building. Woo. I think that's probably the best. I think that's probably the best reaction I've ever seen from this thing. From doing commentary here, I've never had anyone freak out like that before.
Impressive. If I remember the batting, was Mike Piazza up next, or was it someone else?
Oh, gee, it was Barbara Jones. I feel like there was someone in between Barbara Jones and Mike, but I genuinely do not remember. I genuinely could not tell you.
If it was Mike, I'd almost would have gone with just intentionally striking out there to get a game-tying hitter on the mound, not the mound, on the plate.
Yeah, it sounds
Either
about
way,
right.
what a close game.
Yeah, well, the season is about to wrap up here. We are in our last week of play. Everyone's about to finish their season. I still have 2 games to finish. There are some people with a few games to finish, some people with just 1. But what matters is the season is almost over and the playoffs are about to begin. It was Maya. CRK says it was Maya who was in between those players. But yeah, that should be it. Let me go ahead and finish this prediction and choose an outcome. The winner, in fact, was the minority pick of the Orioles. Congratulations to those who voted. You get your 4,300 channel points.
Yeah, I barely noticed that that prediction was left open just about the whole game. So inning 6, the Orioles numbers started going up by a large margin.
Yep, absolutely. Jibbo, I don't think I have the power to raid someone. I think that's probably your ballpark, but let me, because I'm seeing stream with my account. See, that was me right there. Is someone available to raid? That is the question. I'm gonna search backyard baseball and see what pops up. Oh my gosh. Let's raid Trail Mix Blazer. He's playing a game right now. He only has 4 viewers. King Tyler? Who is King Tyler? Let's King. I think I'll probably find out. King Tyler X. Start watching. Is he also playing backyard baseball? Yes, he's been playing backyard baseball for 8 hours.
Almost 9. 8 hours and 52 minutes.
That is incredible. That is a lot. Yeah, this dude might have to eventually log out, but I saw a Trail Mix Blazer. He's got 4 views, but he's got a little bit of cleaner setup. He's got a nice logo, too, of Bowser Jr. on his little cart guy. I don't know. Whoever has the... Because I don't know if I have that power as a mod to raid. That's the only issue. All right. This is what I'm going to do. Since I don't have the... No, here's the thing. I genuinely cannot raid. I'm on mod view. I can't. I don't have the. I don't have the raid widget, or do I? Do I? Here, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put in the name of the...
Are you able to slash raid?
Oh, wait, no. I should be able to slash raid, yeah.
You do that for, are
I'm
you
a
using
dumbass. I'm
OBS?
sorry. Trail Mix Blazer. All right. There we go. We're going to raid Trail Mix Blazer in about 7 seconds. Everyone say hello, good luck, go Blazer. This has been Alex and Loba signing off.